TV shows as well. And people like when they were in 1990s, when if you had AIDS, no one would tell anyone that I have AIDS. Same stigma is still for mentally ill people. So my childhood was totally normal. So when I was 8-9 years old, I started reading Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew, and all and classics like Heidi or Shakespeare, like King Lear. I used to read a lot of books. I was a voracious reader. So when I was 15, 16, I started reading Jeffrey Archer, Robert Ludlum, Dan Brown, Khalid Hosseini, and Dongri to Dubai. There was a girl in my class when I was in 9th and 10th. I actually really like her. So I wanted to date her, but my school changed. So I came to know that she had a boyfriend now. It was in 2016. Sorry, 2009. And the guy had proposed to her on a beach. So what I told her, I think so you like me, but I don't like you. So I'm breaking off this friendship. And she was flabbergasted, of course. So what happened was, after that I started having symptoms of garbled thoughts. My behavior also was a bit abrupt. When I was in 11th class, there was a guy who was bullying me. I'm always been bullied because of my poor health. He put his shoe on my back. So I got up and I slapped him in front of the teacher. So I should not have done. I started lying and I was like, there's something wrong with me. These kind of thoughts are not normal. But I kept them to myself. I did not openly speak about them. So I asked my father to send me to a psychiatrist. Psychiatrist evaluated me. But I kept my mouth shut, so they did not figure out that I have some issues. I thought it would be a magic pill going to a psychiatrist and they'll figure everything out. So I was a kid and I still had problems expressing myself. I'll just give an example. This flower vase, I will think it's telling me to bake it. But that's called hearing, auditory hallucinations. The other thing was visual hallucinations. I used to think there used to be a girl living in my home, and whenever I go in front of her, she'll hide away. That's visual hallucination. The issue was I was given different diagnoses by different psychiatrists. So the problem with psychiatrists is like just tukka hai कि तुक्का है मतलब कि try this medication and they'll figure it out. I went to AIMS directors, Sitaram Bharti, top psychiatrists in the country, and none of them could diagnose me. They used to say he has bipolar, he has stress, he has schizophrenia, he has anxiety. No one figured it out. And AIMS के top country के doctors भी नहीं कर पाए. And private people they just push pills and forget it. There is a hospital Ibas in Sharda, Delhi. That's where I was properly diagnosed. I have issues and I have to take medication for lifetime.
Oh, so the doctors told you that you have schizophrenia?
Paranoid schizophrenia. So I was working at that time. At my branch, I was over medicated. So much so that I used to, saliva comes out of your mouth.
Yes.
That used to come out of my mouth, and I was like I'll be sleeping on the desk, and it will look like the guy has done drugs or something. So I told my manager that I have schizophrenia, I am taking medication. She understood that, but I did not tell any of my teammates. So they were like, यार ये तो drugs करता है, some heroin करता है, cocaine करता है, but I never did anything like that. I just wanted medication to stop my thoughts from wandering. I did not care about the diagnosis. I just wanted proper medication so I could be normal thinking. Before diagnosis, there auditory and visual hallucinations only. After medication, I was like, I'm going to look at facial expressions of people. I'm not able to read any books anymore. I cannot concentrate on the books. Every 2-3 months, my medication would change. They would try to figure out which medication will sort my whole problem. So it took 3 to 4 years to get me stable on medication. When you take medication, they stop your brain.
So it affected your work also?
Yes, a lot. I have to copy this file here. Copy this file to here. Instead of copying, I'll print it, because I'm not able to understand कि I have to copy up and what to do. Like you have to circle something. I'll just put the circle not on the word but on blank paper. So I used to get injection every 2 weeks, and its cost was 13,000-14,000 rupees per injection. So for a poor family, it's not possible. So I was a member of CMHA, Center Mental Authority. During one of our meetings, I'm not sure, but 17 or 70,000 psychiatrists are needed. Medical budget for mental health is also in shambles. There isn't much research going in mental health at all. It's a very big problem, and there's a stigma also. People don't tell कि I have these issues. People like when they were in 1990s, when if you had AIDS, no one would tell anyone कि I have AIDS. Stay away from me, you'll get AIDS, and you cannot get AIDS by touching a person. It's just through saliva or through blood. So that is also an issue. So same stigma is still for mentally ill people. If you tell the people about your issues, there are two things. So if you tell them the truth, they'll be like, यार चलो, we'll help him out. But the other point is, अच्छा इसको ये प्रॉब्लम है, इससे दूर रहेंगे. As I gave the HIV AIDS का example. So same case for mental illness continue here. Yes, I'm looking for marriage, but I do not tell on the first meeting that I have mental illness. After I had mental illness, but after talking to them for a long time, if I think I will go forward with them, then I will tell them that I had mental illness. That's it. Because if I tell in the start that I had mental illness, they will be like, "फायदा नहीं है." That's an issue. But if you want to get married, you have to be honest to your partner. If you're not honest to them and issues come later, they will like, you did not tell me this before. I don't like you. Let's separate. One of my friends is actually going through that. So my father stood by me. They gave me medication every day, never missed a day. And my mother was like, she used to like, beta ठीक हो जाएगा sir, don't worry. So my friends, when I told them about my illness, they were very supportive. They used to take my calls at 1 o'clock in the night. even, because they knew that I'm going through a lot of issues. My first cousins on my father's side knew my whole story. They used to again talk to me every day. They still do that. They are my backbone. So my family has thoroughly helped me. So have my friends, because even they knew that I'm a very good person, and this can happen to anyone. Okay, so basically, I was completely out of schizophrenia 1 or 2 years ago, but I'm still on medication. So I do not have any trouble thinking and everything like that. But I need to keep my medication to be stable. So I'm currently on tapered. My medicines are tapered. I'm on maintenance dose. So when I started, I used to take 15 or 20 pills a day, 20-25. Now I'm just taking 3 pills a day. But the most important point of my journey is never miss your medication at all. So अभी एक फेमस एक्टर से बोला था कि मुझे डिप्रेशन है, या एक्टर था, नॉट श्योर, फेमस एक्टर था, उससे बोला था कि ही हैज़ डिप्रेशन. सो अब एवरीवन इज लाइक यार हाँ डिप्रेशन नॉर्मल है. फिर एक और प्रोमिनेंट पर्सन ने बोला कि मुझे बाइपोलर है. तो अगेन द गाय वाज लाइक बाइपोलर है, दैट्स आल्सो नॉर्मल. So the people who are in the limelight should come forward and tell about mental issues. So the stigma हटेगा. Me Too का movement था. Lot of people came out. So mental health के भी तो आना चाहिए.
Just give one last message to us that how can a person with mental illness and schizophrenia can lead a normal life?
He has to fight every day, every minute of every day, and keep on fighting till the rest of his life. He has to be mentally very strong, and to be mentally strong, he has to have a strong backbone of family and friends.
So you call yourself a fighter?
Yes.